Hi friends, thanks for joining me today. Lately I have been working on a new journal and it is for the design team for Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and I'm really excited to do the flip through of this journal with you. Since I started learning how to do altered books and also junk journals, I have been wanting to do one with birds. I love birds, I always have. The name of the kit that I'm using is Spring Woodland 1 and 2. It's a printable traveler's notebook kit. I'm absolutely in love with this. So without further ado, here we go. This journal measures 8 1/4 high. It has a 3-inch spine and it's approximately 4.5 inches wide. This cover is 100% cotton. It was a miniature pillowcase and I got a 4-pack of them at the thrift store for like $4. I love them. I think they're beautiful. And this is the second book that I've covered with one of these pillowcases. As you can see, this book has 5 signatures, and part of me wonders, since I put so many pages in, should I have done a wider spine and more signatures, or should I have just put less in the actual book? But this is what we've got, and I love and adore it, so there's that. As I mentioned, this is a digital kit by Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and the name of it is Spring Woodland 1 and 2. I have mixed vintage papers along with the kit, and also pages of dictionary and encyclopedia. I made a fabric flip out. This was a cotton napkin, and I actually covered this paper because it was such a bright pink, and I felt like it was just a little bit of a wow for the general feeling in this journal. So I covered it so that way when you first see it, it's a little bit softer, and then I put a little bit of lace in the top. I'm going to do a little bit of voicing over and run this in fast motion because this book is so large. The flip through would be about an hour long if I didn't do that. I got this swan out of a National Geographic book. There's plenty of space to journal here, and then it tucks right back into that little ribbon. Here we have a cute little paper flip. So this piece of the kit I printed out on an encyclopedia page, and the pages of an encyclopedia are super thin, and you can see here it says Encyclopedia Britannica, and I absolutely love that the print from the DigiKit bled through. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. Here's a piece of vintage paper, and it's dated 1993, and somebody was working on their tax return, and I coffee dyed it. So this is a cute little envelope from the kit. I just love it. And you know, you print it out and then you fold it and glue it, and then it came like, you know, I could have put anything inside, but this is the particular card that I chose to put inside. And I just love the envelope, and look, it's so pretty on the back. I made this little pocket out of my fabric squares, that they're really quilting squares, and then I talked about how I had bought my first punch, and so I put some flowers in there that I had, you know, I have a flower punch, so I added some pretty flowers. Whoops, I want the eggs to be on the outside. There we go. On the top of this page, I've put some metallic pink ribbon, a paper flip, and a little tuck in the envelope.
Also, I embellished this cute little ticket with some lace. Here I created a pocket out of ribbon. I stuffed it with these beautiful journal tags.
This is an old like ATM receipt, and it's from 1981. I embellished the back of it. So the pages that I'm using in here from the dictionary or the encyclopedia have definitions and explanations of birds or feathers or, you know, something like that. So that's the end of the first signature. Now we're moving on to the next signature, which starts with a page from an encyclopedia. On this page, I created a pocket using a leftover piece of the cover. And so this is a nice cotton pocket. And this card right here is from World of Muchness.
Here I have created a pocket using a vintage ATM card. Here I have made a tuck spot with a velvety ribbon.
On this page, I used a nice thick ribbon to create another band.
I created this page from a calendar.
Of course, all of this is from the digital kit, as well as all the eggs that you'll see throughout this journal. Aren't they beautiful? The pocket is from scrapbook paper that I had, and I made the flower.
Here I made another journaling tuck spot out of ribbon.
So this one, I did a belly band. So it's a nice big journaling page. And here's my belly band made out of some beautiful pink ribbon, which is the same as the ribbon we use for tying our journal together.
Here we have a paper flip, and then on the next page we have this deep purple fluffy belly band.
And then we have some more vintage paper from 1966. And somebody was calculating their tax stuff or their budget or something. So that's from 1966, an original piece of paper. So here's another piece of the DigiKit, which I actually printed out really small by accident, but I will not waste anything. So It will make a very lovely journaling card. I added some watercolor around the edges and then a little piece of fabric, and I put lines on it. On this one, we just have a nice card for journaling.
I created this tuck spot, which is a picture of a bird, and I found it in the National Geographic book that I just picked up.
And then of course I added one of my little flowers. I'm so happy to have a flower punch. So here's some more ribbon that I created a little band with this ribbon, just so I could put some little journaling tucks in there. This is a picture from an old book. My friend enjoys things like that that are older, and so I just put that in there for whimsy. She won't be able to write on it because it has type on it, but she could add something to the back of that if she wanted to. I just thought she would appreciate it. So, and here's another. This is a picture from also a book, and this is the Romanoff family actually. And here is a small homeowners. Here's a small homeowners endorsement booklet. And I did coffee dye this, and it's dated 1981. And then just some nice lined paper. Nothing too exciting there. This is a super pretty satin pink ribbon, and it's printed on a piece of clean encyclopedia paper. And I believe the encyclopedias are from the 1970s. So that is vintage paper also, actually. And here we have a somebody's Social Security contribution statement starting from the year 1937 going to 1981. So that's a nice vintage piece of paper. And then when we flip that over, that's the back of it. And that is the end of the third signature. And you can see that I've added some lace trim here. So starting our fourth signature is also printed on a vintage bank statement. I can see it's a bank statement. And I created this cute little pocket out of scrapbook paper and added this cute little pink trim with the pom-poms on it. And I'm absolutely crazy about it. And I think it goes so well with this pink paper and this cute flamingo card. That is not part of the kit. That's just a little piece that I had picked up at the store. And then we have a nice space here in the kit that calls for some journaling. You actually could journal over the flowers if you wanted to. And then this, another one of these beautiful envelopes with the bird's nest with the eggs in it. And then inside I just added a piece of scrapbook paper for journaling on. And that fits nicely in this vintage window envelope. Then we have another band that I created using lace. And then a few tucks. Isn't it beautiful? Look at this, is beautiful. This kit is absolutely stunning, and it was really thrilling for me to work with it. And I think that's why I made this journal so full. I just couldn't get enough of working with this kit. It's just absolutely beautiful. So some more bleed through on this side, and I left it blank because I think it looks absolutely beautiful. You can see the bird. I don't know if you guys can. I'm gonna pause here because maybe when I'm editing I can zoom in on this and you can see the bird and the branches of the tree. It's just, I love how it did that. All right, on this page, this is kind of a cool breakdown I'm gonna give you. This I've used, this is scrapbook paper here, and in the nice size of a nice area for journaling. But I want to share with you, I took a vintage envelope, and the date on this is April 18th, 1994. Here's part of the envelope, and here's actually where it was stamped. So it was kind of cool to be able to use both parts of the envelope. You know, these prints are so gorgeous. I really, on many of them, I didn't want to add anything to them because I didn't want to cover the print. So here again, I've used another pocket envelope and added some tucks, but also I was able to utilize the stamped part of the envelope, and the date of this envelope is December 15th, 1986. So I just love having that little piece of history, and this is also attached to a vintage bank statement. So we are on to, this is the end of the 4th signature, we are on to the 5th signature now. So we open this first page, and then actually, you know what, I wanted to tell you guys something. I used several different papers for printing on. I used a regular white paper. I used some of this vintage paper, as we can see. Here's a regular white paper, I believe, here. And so look at this print. I want to show you this. Look at this print. And then look at this print. Do you see the difference in the definition? I'm going to get close. Okay, so this I printed on regular copy paper. And it looks gorgeous, of course. But if you flip to this page, look at the definition. Look at the difference. I mean, these flowers would essentially be the same flowers. And look at the intensity here. This I printed out on actual photo paper, like as if I was printing out a photo, you know, like that I took with my camera. So I just wanted to show you guys that because I did not realize the difference that it would make to use that paper. Plus it's more firm. I mean, the thickness of it, it's way thicker. So it definitely gives a better print. So it's expensive, but I will continue to use a variety of papers, but I will definitely be using more of that. So I used some satin ribbon, actually this is vintage ribbon, and I used that to create like this little pocket. So when we flip the page, we have our more information about birds and feathers. You can see all these feathers here. And I actually found a beautiful bird feather outside, so I attached that. And then again, the way I folded the book was tall. This must have been the encyclopedia because it was pretty tall, and I was able to fold it up and create that nice pocket. And on our tucks, this one I used my little tool from Harbor Freight that cost me $3.99 and did that, and then I have a little piece of fabric scrap here on the corner just for some layering. And then we have an old envelope here. It's dated 1976, and in that is some journaling tucks. And then here's our beautiful last page, and then the back cover. And actually on this page I signed the book here with a little note from my friend. I hope you enjoyed doing this flip through with me. Thanks for watching. See you soon.